Good morning, everybody. How are you? The devilishly handsome Ian Dixon. Good morning, sir.
Shut up, for f***'s sake. Jesus.
Morning, everyone. I am coming to you live. I don't know why. Me head's a bit wonky. I don't know what's going on. I feel like a bit on the wonk today. Morning, everyone. I hope you're all right. I am not in my room. I'm not in my home studio. You will notice I am currently in Birmingham. Are we in Birmingham? We're in actual Birmingham. For a strategy day for my incredible Be More clients. So I've got some of my Be More clients are just coming to the end of their time with me, and some are just starting, and we are all getting together. We're not starting till 10:30, but I've got some early birds in the house. Sarah Shearman, there she is. We've got Amy Cruz in the house, so they might join us in a little bit. But Shaky Bombs, it's Friday. It's very, very exciting. I particularly love our strategy days. If you remember, not so long back on the top end of the summer, I did a tour of the UK and did the Summer Swarm, which was amazing. I was fucking knackered at the end of it, but it was amazing. And this is going to be a day just like that today. So there's a lot of fire going to be going on in these rooms. We'll be sharing some behind the scenes stuff over on Instagram in probably all of our stories at varying points. But it is Friday on the show What Wise Rise Up show, which means we're going to do some celebrating. So this week in the IATQB Hive, there's a couple of things that's been happening that I want to tell you about that I've not been able to tell you about because we've been signing things off. So today, landing on the mats of our non-exec directors boards have been all of the official paperwork for the Fly Anyway Foundation. So as you know, the Fly Anyway Foundation is still in build mode. We are not flying just yet, and that's because during the whole of lockdown, there's been a lot of red tape around CICs that have been starting up, charities that have been starting up, and because I'm running IATQB full-time and heading up the Fly Anyway Foundation, it's been a lot of work. So we've had to make sure that IATQB is safe and everything's happening as it should be, and at the same time still building in the background. So that means that we will be having a directors board meeting in the next few weeks, signing off all of our processes, ready to bring in our ambassadors, make sure the safeguarding checks are done, and then bring in our business builders. So things are moving good, Gun. So we are celebrating that this week here at IATQB HQ. What are you celebrating? I want to know. So the way that the format of the show runs is on a Monday, we've got showing up, right? So we're going to set up with our intentions. You're going to let us know your goals. We're going to be accountable to each other. On Wednesday, we have our expert guests. Now, if anybody caught Wednesday's show, we'll see. I was in my animal tamer mode. I had Dan Meredith, who was bouncing all over the walls with my head in my hands in despair and delight, equal parts, whilst we shared some insight into what it really means to be building a business and what kind of responsibilities you guys need to take if you want a business that moves fast, or indeed if you want a business that moves slow. So it was interesting, shall we say. Go back and have a look at Wednesday's show. Flipping out. I think when you work with someone who's such, you guys think I'm a whirlwind such as Dan, that we did cover quite a lot of ground in quite a short space of time. So it was a bumper session. So please do go back and check that out, and also the one from the week before. Next Wednesday, we've got a lady in the house. Next Wednesday, we've got Jodie Salt joining us, who is going to be talking about her book, Woman Up. So she's got her book launching, I think, next Thursday. But I'm really, really excited to have her on. We always have some brilliant conversations around, femininity, assertiveness, holding space, holding boundaries, all of that stuff. And so it's going to be a really juicy, really great conversation on Wednesday. So please do make sure you put that in your diaries. We've got some brilliant guests coming up for you on the show in the coming weeks. Can't wait to share them all with you. So tell me, what are you lot celebrating? Amy Cruz, we've got Amy Cruz. Come over here, Amy Cruz. Here she is, the glorious Amy Cruz. Hang on, let me get you in. We're on the back to front when we're on there. Yeah, it's this side. Although my face looks massive now. Hold us there like that. Amy, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I'm a mindset coach and speaker, and I really work with busy and stressed women who have put themselves at the bottom of the pile for way too long, and now is their time to pull themselves up, to reprioritize themselves, and actually put what they want first instead of juggling a million and one other people's priorities.
Right. And I mean, I've had the privilege of working with Amy for I can't elsewhere 6 months now, and it's been a journey and a half. Like going into lockdown, coming out of lockdown, things like being thrown curveballs. What has been in the past 6 months? Because you've had things that have gone really, really well. You've had things that have been a struggle. What has been the highlight for you in the past 6 months? What are you celebrating? What are we celebrating today?
We're celebrating loads of stuff. We're celebrating the fact that I've actually survived. It's been a tough time. And actually, I think it's so easy to feel like you've failed,
right,
when actually what you're doing is you're breaking through the things that have been holding you at that level for so long. And I think that I've had some really massive highs and some really massive lows.
Cool. We've laughed together. We've cried together. I mean, I think for anybody, I know lots of you are my clients to watch the show. I'm trying to keep Amy because she's so beautiful. I want to keep her in frame. I know we're matchy. But I think that's for so many of you that are clients of mine that are sat out there. You know, we do laugh together and cry together. Working as part of this choosing to fly anyway situation is an emotional journey. And you know, we were saying last week on the show, in fact, no, sorry, on Wednesday, about hustle being the one, and that, you know, hustle's the way that you've got to get there in business. And I will always kind of argue, maybe not so. We do have to do the things that people might not want to do in order to get to where it is that we're going. But you're very much about holding space and doing things energetically the right way for you as well, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. But in the beginning, I did hustle, and I had loads of supposed friends at that point that were like, what are you doing? Why are you thinking about leaving your job and all that stuff? And actually holding yourself in that energy space to be true to what you want. And actually I've grown and developed through that now, and I've found a way to make it work around my life and around my family's life. But exactly as you said, I've enabled myself to like step into what I actually want and do things in a way that is my way. That I've taken bits and pieces of what those people have done, and I've cultivated my way, and that's now I'm living that and breathing it and stepping into that power of doing it.
And that's the thing. When we talk about having businesses that we own, yes, it's all right. Yes, we can talk about hustle and grind and 10xing and stuff like that. But if you've got a family, or if you've got other things that you want to do, or you're trying to protect your income by maybe having a job as well as building a business online, you've got to protect yourself, and you've got to do that with your own boundaries, your own set of measures. And like, sort of in contrary to some of the things that we were saying on Wednesday, I mean, Amy does this beautifully. What are you guys saying? Sarah Jane is saying, hey, Amy Cruz. Kate Davis is joining us today. She is on her way to us right now, spending the day with me. I am excited to spend the day with you. Kate Davis is going to be joining us really soon. No stunts on the exercise bike this week. Joe Wilson has hurt her back. Flipping it. You've got to be careful, mate. Careful. No stunts on the exercise bike, my friend. Because of previous, this is interesting. Because of previous multi-level marketing work, so if anyone wants to know what MLM means, multi-level marketing, that's network marketing. The word hustle gives me hives. Totally get you on that one. So you guys may not know, or some of you may know, that I do have a background in multi-level marketing, and it taught me a lot. What I wanted to do when I moved out of corporate into owning my own business, I wanted to experience business as a whole. So being self-employed, exploring what that looked like, having a bigger business, which is what I've got now. And also I looked at, you know, the network marketing model. How does that work? What happens within that space? And I think there's a lot to learn from the way that things are done in the network marketing space. I think they can be done better, and I think there is better teaching, and people need to behave better in the space. But actually, that was where I first came across personal development in real terms. So when I first came across people like Tony Robbins, even from a personal development space, like Gala Darlings, Lisa Nichols, Brené Browns, when I was in that, I was selling makeup. and building a team that way. But there was this hustle and grind. You've got to spam everyone. You've got to go for no. You've got this team no sleep. And that was really exhausting and didn't really bear a huge amount of fruit. Whereas actually, when you're really working within your zone of genius, when you're really working in a space where you're giving masses of value, people are accepting that value, that doesn't have to be the case. You don't have to be going for no. You've got to be looking after your people, right? My win for the week is nailing my Be Inspired talk. Oh my God, sorry, Jane. It is insane. I was just saying to the girls in here, actually, because we've got our Sarah, you're coming on to Be Inspired, aren't you? I was just saying to the girls that the talks for Be Inspired are off the chain, absolutely off the chain. If I look at where we started with Be Inspired and where we are now, it's an absolute game changer of an event. Now, if you come along to it already, it was a great personal development event. Now, every single talk has the potential that if you hear really what it is that these speakers are saying, and you even just take a little bit away from even just one of them, you will have the ability to completely change your game in whatever field that you're in. And whatever field that you're in, like, this is so diverse, the backgrounds that these women come from. But like I said, we've got from dog groomers to lawyers to mindset magicians. We've got all sorts of incredible people in there. Business, spiritual, personal development. So if you haven't got your ticket already, get your motherfucking ticket, motherfuckers. So you don't have to be Pamela Anderson to be successful. Correct, Amy Blaney. Absolutely. You do not have to be Pamela Anderson. I love it. Optimus Spam. Can totally relate to network marketing. Icky Hustle definitely doesn't need to be that way. Charlie, absolutely. It doesn't. And whilst there, yes, would be a degree. So, for example, right, you will, for you watching, if you were on my email list or in the Hive, no doubt get either a voice note or a message from me, because I love you, sharing with you about Be Inspired. I'm not going for no. I'm just making sure that my audience know about it, because I know they're going to have an incredible time by being there. But that's not going to be a generic, hey, hon, do you want to buy my shit? It's not that. I've been developing relationships with all of you for years now, right? Even if you've just been watching the show, it's been 18 months of us having daily conversations. Surely to God, you know what's going on, so you won't be offended. But if you are totally cold going in with people, you've got to be a pretty special talent to be able to pull that off. I received Mel, hey, I received Claus Mel's book this morning. Thank you. On the day I'm going live to lead an accountability group, it's a sign. Amazing. I hope you have an incredible day. You've got your ticket, need to set up your affiliate link. That's something else I want to talk to you about. If you do get a ticket to Be Inspired, you can get the cost of your ticket back and more. So you get, for every ticket that you share on your affiliate link, you get 25 quid. You only need to sell 4. If you're online, you only need to sell 4. And then you've got your money back, which is pretty awesome. So yes, get a hold of your tickets. If you go to imthequeenbee.co.uk, website's just here, click events, and then it is there. Right. I've also got a very special guest here with me. I introduced her a little bit earlier. We've got Sarah Shearman. Look, we're all back to front. It's a bit difficult. When I'm in the studio, you just sat wherever you sat, and we're on a split screen. I don't think we can't do that either, because then we're just upside down on our sides. My cheeks look like little chipmunk cheeks that way. I mean, they look like chipmunk cheeks that way either, but we're not asked about it. Sarah, tell us about you. Well, we're both friends of the show, but tell us a little bit about what you do, in case people at home don't know.
So I've got Evolve, which is a one-stop solution business management consultancy for trades business owners looking to get off the tools, get back their time, more money in the bank, and all good stuff like that.
Sounds good to me. So I was just talking to Amy about, we've just spent the last 6 months working together, so being accountable to each other. The group that we've got in today, we've got half of the people that are just starting on the Can't There Be More journey, and you guys are just finishing yours today. What for you has been a challenge as part of this journey? It's a funny one, isn't it? Because like me and Amy was just saying, like, we've laughed together, we've cried together, we've held each other's hands. Because we speak every other week at length, and we've had some really intensive days together. Even though it's been on, this is the first time we've all been in a room, right? Even though it's been online, it's been quite an intense time, and it isn't just business, the things that we talk about, because business is life and life is business. What's been all right? What's been like a breakthrough for you? Not necessarily off the back of being more, but during the past 6 months, because people have been tired. There's been lots of things going on.
Yeah, it has been a weird time, even like with restrictions that lifting it still feels a bit weird. I think the breakthrough for me has been definitely like, again, personal journey for me. And I've had loads of mindset stuff. So obviously, you know, like with Sway, I've been looking to raise investment. So that has been about building all the tools that I need for that. So the breakthrough has come like pushing past those money mindset boundaries of like asking for the money, right? You're interested, give me the money. And that's been a big breakthrough for me, because actually I felt like I haven't had money mindset issues, but actually this has brought loads of money mindset issues up for me. So that's been quite a big breakthrough, like working towards getting those tools ready and then actually making those tools work for me.
Right. So the work that you've done, a lot of the work that I see you do on yourself, because your business models are phenomenal. Your ability to convert when you're talking to people is just like, hey, do you want to see this girl in action? Honestly, she's off the chain hook, man. She's amazing. But doing the mindset work underneath all the time, A, is exhausting, but B, is absolutely necessary. Would you agree?
Yeah. And it's about giving myself the space to do that and not feeling guilty for it.
Right. Because you are a busy bugger, right? She's got lots of children. and doing that, managing a house and working in trades as well, I think is another one. I mean, we've talked about this, and you talk about this publicly on your profile. If you haven't checked out Sarah's profile, do, because she shares these lives that are real peek behind the curtains into how her brain ticks, and it's amazing, like your musings on life. But being in the trades, what do you love about working in construction and consultancy within construction?
Well, I think I come from a corporate banking world and I never really quite fit. And then it wasn't until like I went immersed myself into the trades, I was like, yeah, I like it here. Everybody's just really raw and what is that, sort of the earth?
Yeah.
That type of style person. And it's just like real, and it's professional, but not in a stuffy corporate way. So it's, for me, like, it's just great mixing with people that are serious about business, but in a non-professional serious way. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But what's been really interesting is like all the personal journey stuff that I've gone on, all that journey and all the learnings that I've had. Like when I work with people, I can see what they're struggling with. So I'm like, you've got some money mindset stuff going on, or you've got some trapped trauma there that you need to process. I've got someone that can help you with that. So it's been quite nice working with those types of people, because it's been fun, and I'm all about having fun, but also being able to recognise where they need help and then getting them the help they need.
Absolutely. So we are celebrating. This is Friday, so this is Rise Up Friday. We're celebrating. What are you celebrating at the moment? What are we celebrating as part of this week?
Well, obviously being here today. I'm definitely celebrating the new meditation learning that I had last weekend. That's been amazing.
So you did some learning with our very own Claire Morton, didn't you? You went and did one of her retreats. How you found that?
Yeah, so it was unbelievable how much more clarity and focus and just the calmness of emotions. It's been, and I've been doing it every day since, twice a day.
We've been getting our Zen on. But yeah, if anybody hasn't checked out Claire Morton already, specifically with regards to meditation and things she teaches, go and check her out. She's amazing. She's also one of our Be Inspired speakers as well. I mean, there's not many of you that are on the Be Inspired stage. I don't know what I'm going to do next time we launch. My God, I feel like there's just everybody on there. So if anyone does want to know more about Be Inspired, Be Heard, we're going to be opening the doors middle of October. So we're going to get the event done. We're going to have everybody have an incredible time in the room. It's going to be fantastic. You know, live eventing is back, you know, however comfortable or not you feel with it. If you don't feel comfortable with it, we've got a whole tech team coming in to do TV, like a TV quality live stream for you at home. So you don't need to miss it out. If you don't feel like travel is something that you're ready for right now, totally cool. I've got your back, sis, brother, sibling, whoever you are. So make sure you go to imthequeenbee.co.uk, go and get your tickets. Go and do it now. The tickets in the room are for the 2 days, including swag and your food. Got feed you as well, because nice like that. And you can't come to an IATQB gig and not get a little bit of swag. We got some swag on the table today. Look, I don't know if anybody's seen these. I might have to ask Sarah to model it. Look, we've got our double busy, buzzy bee planners, beautifully modelled by the gorgeous Sarah Sheeman there. We're going to be working on those planners today. And I'll be bringing some of those to the event as well. If anybody wants to grab one of those, be inspired, we'll have those with us as well. Really, really useful tool to be mapping out, and they're reusable. So the way that we work with them is with post-it notes, and you put on there all the things that you've got planned in, plan them in for the year, and then you get to move them around before you commit. It's a really handy tool to have. But part of the swag bags at Be Inspired will be some new merchy that you can get your hands on as well, so it's worth it just for that, just for the merch and the swag and a lunch, not to mention the 20 odd amazing speakers that we've got on for you. Right, you lots, I want to know, what are we, there's enough of you watching right now. What are you celebrating? Let me know. We have much to celebrate as a community. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go and pop a shaky bum. It's Friday post in the Hive, so that you can come and tell us in there, and we can celebrate the shit out of you. I don't know if you saw, before I let you go, it's only a short one today while we get set up for the for our event, but I made a boo-boo this week. Honestly, I was fuming. So on Wednesday, so in the run-up to any event, you will know, for anyone who has an email list or is launched, that the volume of emails does increase slightly. So I really wanted to make sure that if I do send you an email, I must send you some value, something worth your time, having a little flick through, a couple of minute read, something you get a bit of value from, or something you can get excited about. And I'm dead picky with who I give my email address to. Like, I get it. When I give someone my email address, I am committing to receiving emails from them. So I'm picky about it. I don't just give my email out willy-nilly to people. Like, I've got to like them. I've got to like the cut of their jib. And I always like to make sure that when I write an email as if I'm writing it to you, because I'm writing it to you. And I know that you lot, as am I, under no illusion that I sit there and write out like thousands of individual emails. I sent out this email on Wednesday talking about being inspired. It went, "Hey, your name," and the mail merge didn't work. I was so mad because I've seen posts in other groups saying, "Oh, just had an email saying your name. I've unsubscribed." I don't even want you on my list anyway. If you're offended by that, wait until you get further in the email where I drop a fuck or a bugger, right? So I was like, oh God, I'm going to be really judged because I didn't do my mail merge right. And it didn't say, "Hey, Sarah," or "Hey, Amy," or "Hey, Danny." It was like, "Hey, your name." I was like, oh God, oh man, I'm definitely not human. But it allowed me to have loads of really great conversations that I wouldn't have expected to have with people. So what I found was I made that mistake, and 5 people got into my emails to say, "Oh, Danny, your mail merge hasn't worked right. You might want to try this. Are you on Kartra?" And like really, really helpful to try and help me solve it. I knew what the problem was, just I hadn't put the right symbols in. But then I had a number of you screenshot and say, "Oh, you daft idiot, look, you've not done your mail merge right." Nobody actually said, "Fuck's sake, Danny," or unsubscribe. I didn't get any unsubscribes. So I was there when I sent it and it was too late and I couldn't recall it, and I didn't really want to recall it because I didn't want anyone having a "Danny Wallace has recalled her email," because that's drama that no one needs in their life. And I was like, oh God, what a mess. And no one gave a shit. No one was asked. Most everyone laughed about it. And it also allowed me to send in a really lovely connective email yesterday saying, "Hey, cool, that was embarrassing." However, it was a learn. And I think for those of you that have an email list, just talking to people, like if you've got an email list and you've been putting off speaking to the people on your email list, just say hey. Like, just remember, it's an opportunity to speak to people in a different way. Much like when I go live, I talk to you. So I would like to think, if you're listening at home, that you think I'm talking to you, because I am Melanie, I am Pixie, I am Amy, I am Sarah. Like, I am talking to you. And it's the same on email. So when you're emailing, just say hey, tell people what you're up to. Stop putting off waiting to be perfect to contact your email list. You don't have to be. People just want that connection with you. So if you've got something that you've learned this week, for example, me, I have to remember I'm not perfect. I got to share it. So stop putting it off and go and speak to your email list just like you would speak to any one of your audience and give them some love, which is exactly what I would hope you feel if you're on my email list. Anyway, that's it from me. I think we've got some other of our guests coming for our strategy day today. I'll drop my main win in the hive. Oh, please do. Let's celebrate you in there. Because we all bloody love you. Bloody love you too. Just about attempt to start building my email list. Amazing, fantastic. I know you email me about that. And actually, what I found is the more real I am in my emails, guess what? The more reaction that I get, the more clicks that I get, the more responses that I get to have really great conversations with you guys. So that's been my learn for this week, is just be fucking real on your email list and use it, because not everyone can sit here and listen to a live for 26 minutes or 45 minutes. Anyway, that's it from me. Have an incredible weekend. Slide into the DMs of the weekend. Tell them you're coming to party with it. And I will see you all bright and breezy, ready to go and rip it up next week on Monday morning at 9:30 for a bank holiday. Are we doing it? Yeah, I'm going to do it for a bank holiday show at Rise Up special. It will be special because I will probably present it in my pajamas, and that's what will make it special. We'll see. Anyway, we will start our speaker reveals from Monday. Keep your peepers peeled on my socials for the topics that our speakers are going to be speaking about at Be Inspired, for who is going to be on that stage and how you can get involved. All right, you lot. I love you. Mwah.